All right, so here we're going to do some two-step equations. So this is mostly for kids that are absent on quarantine that won't be here, so they can at least see some examples because your work for Tuesday in class and Monday in class is going to be two-step equations. So if you're here for one step, you know what to do. If you weren't here for the one step, you'll kind of see my method. But let's work through a few of these. I think I have like 5 of these to do, and we'll show how to solve a two-step equation. Basically, what's the value of x that makes this true? And why is it called a two-step? Because it takes 2 steps to get there. So the first thing, we still start with what we've done before. We're going to go ahead and draw the river. And now instead of just framing the variable, we're actually going to frame this whole term here. So we're going to put a frame around 2x. And remember that x is introverted. It doesn't like any of these things around it. So we've got to get rid of this subtracting 3, which is what this is first, because this is inside the frame. We can't touch anything inside the frame. So we've got to take care of this first, and then we'll take care of the 2. And the key is showing your work all the way down. Okay? So first step, we're subtracting 3 from this 2x. So the first step is we've got to add 3. And then we have to shave the face, or we have to do the same thing to both sides, so we kind of stay in balance, because I can't add 3 to this side and not add it to this. All right, so I've done that. Cross those out. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. This x is a little more happy because we've got rid of this subtracting 3. Now we've done our first step. Now we're going to float our 2x down the river. And now 2x is equal to, do the math, negative 11 plus 3 is negative 8. Okay. And now where we were last week, right? This is now a one-step equation. 2 times what number equals negative 8? Well, we're going to frame the x. And we are multiplying by 2, so we have to divide both sides by 2. Okay. We show our division. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Our x is all by itself. We break them out of that frame. Do the math. Negative 2 divided by 8 is negative 4. Circle your final answer. Okay. There's our first one. Okay. So we had to undo 2 steps, subtracting 3 and multiplying by 2. Let's go to our next one. Okay. So our next one here is we have some number that we're dividing by 4 and then adding 2. Well, we have to undo both of those things. So we still start it the same way. We still draw a river. We're going to put our frame around x divided by 4. Can't touch this. Okay, can't touch it at all. We got to get rid of this adding 2. Well, we get rid of adding 2 by subtracting 2. That cancels out. We subtract 2 to the other side. Okay. We do our math. Negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. And now we have x divided by 4 is equal to negative 7. Right back to last week. Now we have a one step. So we're going to put our frame around the x now, because the only thing we have is this dividing by 4. I told you if we're dividing by 4, we have to multiply both sides by 4. Canceled out. Our x is by itself. Do the math a second time. Negative 7 times 4 is negative 28. Okay, there's 2 of them. Okay, third one. All right, so our third one is, this one's a little more difficult, right? So I'm going to actually show you first. I'll show you how to work this one, but I'm going to put to the right how else we could write this. So 9 minus 4x is the same thing as negative 4x plus 9 equals negative 39. So this and this are the same thing. Okay? But I'll work it from here. So we can do this one from here. So let's go ahead and frame our negative 4x. Okay, sometimes students will just frame the 4x, but you got to frame the negative 4x. You would on the right-hand side on that one that I changed the order. Now, to get rid of this 9, don't add 9. You got to subtract 9. So we take 9 minus 9, negative 39 minus 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. We float our negative 4x down the river. Negative 4x equals negative 39 minus 9. That is actually negative 48. Okay, which is nice because that is actually divisible by 4, which is what we have to do second. Remember, this is not subtraction. This is multiplication. We're multiplying by negative 4. We divide both sides by negative 4. Okay, the exact same thing. We got rid of both things here. Break our x out of the frame. Negative 48 divided by negative 4 is positive 12. Okay, there's 3. Okay, I got a couple more to do. All right. Abigail, you with me?
Yeah.
All right, so here's our third one. Now we have this negative floating around here. So This is like a negative a divided by 3 minus 6 equals negative 1. Remember, this negative is kind of tricky, so what we're going to do is we're not going to worry about that yet. We're just going to put all that in the frame. And we're going to draw a river. We're going to add 6, and we're going to do it to both sides. Okay, so that cancels out net minus 6. And now this negative, when I rewrite this, I'm going to bring this a, and I'm going to bring this negative with the 3. Okay, and now I'm going to frame my a. I got to do my math. Negative 1 plus 6 is equal to 5. And now I'm at my second step. This is some number divided by negative 3. So I have to multiply both sides by negative 3. That cancels out. A equals negative 15. Okay. Next to last one. This is one where we have the variable on the right-hand side. So don't freak out by that. Sometimes students like switching the order, but I'm going to keep it like this, right? We can still work it. So we're going to put our negative 4x in the frame. Protect that. We can't touch anything, so don't do anything with that negative 4 yet. What we do have to do is subtract 7. Okay, we got to subtract 7 here. Cancels out. 11 minus 7 is 4. Bring down your negative 4x. Now put the frame around the x. This is a multiplication problem. This is negative 4 times x. So we've got to divide both sides by negative 4. Those cancel out. Okay? And 4 divided by negative 4 is negative 1. And we're done with that one. Okay? Now, there are 4 of your problems on your homework that have a sentence, a number sentence that you're going to have to translate into an equation like what we just did and then solve it. So I'm just going to do one similar to what you're going to see. And we'll take it step by step of what each one means. A number, x, doubled times 2, not to the second power, minus 6. A number doubled minus 6. There is that. Is equals, and then 24. Now I'm not going to solve this one, but I do want to show you, you're going to see 4 of these where they give you a number sentence, and then you have to translate it into an equation, and then you're going to have to solve it, start with your river and your frame and go. All right. That's it. If you're in class, I'll do something just like this. If you're not in class, hopefully this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day. Bye.